Awesome, guys. So, our today's guest is Alan. He is the founder of InvestorMatch.ai over here. So, Alan, if you can introduce yourself a little bit about like just an overview, what exactly you are doing and what was the background of the Investor Match AI.
So actually, Deb, we're going to talk about two companies. We're going to
Sure,
expand the conversation. The other
sure.
company that I'm also involved in is called ExpertScale.ai.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
let's start with Investor Match, and then you'll see where these have a nice overlap and why I'm
Sure,
involved in both companies.
sure,
But for
sure.
your audience who are interested in some form
Mm-hmm.
of automation, these both
Mm-hmm.
more than meet the need.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sure.
Investor Match, very simply,
Mm-hmm.
was came out of a conversation I had, multiple conversations actually, with both funders, founders, and vendor friends of
Mm-hmm.
mine, all
Mm-hmm.
bitching. They were unhappy. They were not having smiles. And I said, "What's the problem?" They said, "Well, we're throwing a lot of stuff against walls."
Mm-hmm.
And excuse me, and they're not sticking. Nothing's
Mm-hmm.
happening. We're wasting a lot of
Mm-hmm.
time, energy, and money. This isn't
Mm-hmm.
working for us. And I said, "All right, so let's deduce what's the problem." The
Mm-hmm.
problem is alignment. If you're not at the
Mm-hmm.
right place at the right time with the right people,
Mm-hmm.
things don't happen. It just works that way, plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of people trying to solve that. And I said, all right, so what works and what doesn't work?
Mm-hmm.
In the age of data, it's all about the granularity, the
Mm-hmm.
quality, and the
Mm-hmm.
ability to make sense of the data. Those are your criteria that make all the difference in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Based on that, I said, all right, what could we do that would bring the right people to the right folks at the right time, everybody on the same page, understanding precisely where they headed? So, as you may be aware, within the funding industry, we do what's called due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody writes a check, at least no one with any common sense writes a check without doing some degree of checking the numbers, checking the team, checking all those parameters and really making sense. That's called due diligence. And I said, what would it be to have companies that literally give us due diligence, first pass, due diligence information to start with instead of after the fact? That would eliminate having mismatches that happen every day. So
Mm-hmm.
intentionally, the platform is from ideation all the way straight through to IPO ready, from a
Mm-hmm.
pre-seed to a Series B. It is industry agnostic. However, here's one of the keys. It is
Mm-hmm.
granular in the sense that it is uh, very significant in capturing the details of the business. So if someone were to say, as an example, fintech, I'd laugh and say, well, I have a car too. What does that mean? You didn't tell
Mm-hmm.
me anything. That's
Yes.
not helpful. But when you get
Mm-hmm.
taxonomy deep and you go multiple levels, you can now determine exactly who, what, when, where.
Mm-hmm.
We did that.
Mm-hmm.
The platform is global in scope and it
Mm-hmm.
includes private, public, and commercial funding. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not limited to any particular grouping. You tell us what are you looking for. We'll see if we can't find a solution for you. Plain and simple.
Absolutely.
It is
Got you.
free for founders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because founders are looking for money. Doesn't make sense
Yes.
to me to be asking the people who are begging for bucks to, hey, open your wallet. Funders
Mm-hmm.
have money, vendors have money. For
Mm-hmm.
vendors, we ask during the onboarding, which is substantial, all logic
Mm-hmm.
driven. So depending on where you are, it can take 45 minutes. It may take an hour to
Mm-hmm.
really give us that level of detail that makes a match that works. For
Absolutely.
the vendors, we ask them specifically, who can they help? How can they be of
Mm-hmm.
service? What are their cost
Mm-hmm.
parameters? All,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't match until everybody's on the same page. So
Mm-hmm.
as a founder, you
Mm-hmm.
also have some really unique opportunities. We've automated with another firm that will give you your direct competitors. We'll give you the top three right off the get-go. You want more? A couple of bucks, but it's free for the first number. Then
Mm-hmm.
you also have an opportunity to do pitch coaching for free for the first experience and literally
Nice.
get amazing, and I don't mean minimal, I mean amazing feedback with what
Mm-hmm.
you do well, what could be improved, how did it sound, all of those parameters within a voice interactive experience. So
Nice.
those are a
Yeah.
couple of many things that we offer for our founders to really give them some value of, are you on the right track? Are you moving the right
Mm-hmm.
direction? Are you
Got you.
fundable? And if so,
Awesome.
how fundable? Our
Awesome.
database is a little over 80,000 and growing regularly of funders. So there's someone out there
Nice.
who probably says, oh, I know what you're doing. Oh, that's interesting. I'd love to engage in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
that's what Investor Match is all about.
Awesome. 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 That's really good stuff. I was just doing some research about you as well, and have a lot of questions about you, your like stuff, some of the problems that this like industry is going through. So let's go with some personal stuff, man. Like I think like I was just doing some research about you, and like your journey is like is pretty unique, man. Like from like biomedical research that I have seen over there, entrepreneurship, angel investor, then building InvestorMatch.ai. Like what personal, like I would say frustration or like unmet needs that in the like fundraising world that convince you to maybe start investor.ai.
So this is my fourth decade in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and as a physician,
Mm-hmm.
you see what happens. And one of the things that I think is amazing for where we are
Mm-hmm.
today is that
Mm-hmm.
technology is quantum leaping monthly. It is
Mm-hmm.
amazing to me and mind-boggling because I get to see the cutting edge of
Mm-hmm.
people entering the fields and
Mm-hmm.
presenting really unique opportunities to change the way we do business, whether it's in medicine or whether it's in
Mm-hmm.
technology of any sort. And that's one of the things I'm always curious to see. I love technology. I want to see things move forward. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where a lot of this came from. But as a kid, I've been an entrepreneur since I've been a youngster.
Right.
Whether it was selling greeting cards, seeds,
Uh-huh.
delivering newspapers, shoveling
Mm-hmm.
snow, building cars, motorcycles, you name it, I probably have done some degree of it because I like doing this stuff and I love learning. So for
Nice.
me, that's the motivational piece behind it,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of segues into something very cool, which was the second
Mm-hmm.
group that I want to talk about called expertscale.ai. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone who's been in the AI infrastructure for even a
Mm-hmm.
short period of time knows literally by the month, there's some new change, whether it's a
Mm-hmm.
better
Absolutely.
LLM, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's we've gone from the old ML, NLP exclusivity. We've now gone more generative. The LLMs are far more replete. We've got
Mm-hmm.
RAG. I mean, there's a lot of new aspects to AI that just keep being enhanced. But what really blew my mind, I met a gentleman almost a year ago
Mm-hmm.
who was really truly doing agentic AI. So let's do
Mm-hmm.
some, for those who aren't familiar with the terms, I don't want to just jabber.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just taking data set and maybe
Mm-hmm.
making some matches, it's how do you do inference and go the next step into really having a knowledgeable inference of contextualization with that content and even
Mm-hmm.
nuancing that
Mm-hmm.
material. That's literally the next generation. It's not simply, well, can I get an answer for model number X does what? Okay, great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's not it. But then how do I apply it? How can it be absolutely used within the context of Z? And all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
you really have a thinking, cognitively enhanced circumstance where you can really put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
met this gentleman. We are members of a similar organization that introduces executives, and we just hit it off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I love doing is finding the right vertical, the go-to-market issues, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And initially, what he was proposing, I absolutely went, time out, bad idea, terrible. You'll never be able to afford the insurance. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're throwing yourself under a bus. Bad move.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And he said, oh, okay. Well, what are you thinking? And I said, well, here's the big pieces that I can see that are just ripe for this innovation to be able to actually do this. So, what is expert scale? Expert scale is all about tacit knowledge being able to be derived from your head and anyone else's and
Mm-hmm.
literally used in a digital format. Some
Mm-hmm.
people may use the term digital twin, not a bad term, but think about this. Now, it's not an agent. I want to be very clear. It is
Mm-hmm.
not an agent. Agents have a certain knowledge set. That's what they do. They're not going to do agentic thought processing in the way of, say, tacit knowledge. And I'm going to use
Mm-hmm.
that term a few times, so let me define it.
Sure. Sure.
You and I may have all sorts of information about, let's say we'll grab a cup. So
Sure.
we know that it's got this, that characteristics. But here's the
Yeah.
next point. How do you use that within the context of something? How do you put
Mm-hmm.
that together? So a great example that I like using is you're a carpenter, you measure twice, you cut once, but you still have to know
Yeah.
how to use the saw, which saw to
Uh-huh.
use, which blade to put in or a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really at an angle? Is it 90 degree? All of those components are part of what really make you and I have
Mm-hmm.
that ability to think deeply,
Mm-hmm.
contextually, and be in a position where we can really use that to a higher degree. So,
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
agents and bots repeat and do things. And certainly, I love using the example of where you're screaming on the phone at the bot, going, "Get me someone to speak to. I can't do this anymore." And you're
Yeah.
slamming your phone down, ready to break it because you're just going, "Bot." We don't do that. That's
Mm-hmm.
not agentic AI. That's the old stuff.
Old
Yes, it's
stuff. Yeah.
useful. There is a place for bots. There's a place for agents, no question. But it's not going to think the way
Mm-hmm.
you and I do to really
Mm-hmm.
understand the whole story, not just part of the story,
Absolutely.
but the whole context of what do I do with this? Is this something I
Mm-hmm.
need to even interact with? What's
Mm-hmm.
the next couple of steps?
Absolutely.
So, expert scales, the basis is
Mm-hmm.
how do we encapsulate your knowledge? Now,
Mm-hmm.
most people will say, but it's taken me 30, 40, 50 years to get here. Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
totally understand that.
Mm-hmm.
However, your thought processing can actually be encapsulated, the methodology can be encapsulated over about an hour's interview, an interactive interview,
Mm-hmm.
and then you start expanding. That gives you the starting point. It's not the totality. I'm not making
Mm-hmm.
that claim that we can. I like using the analogy of grabbing a USB stick and sticking it in your ear. It's not quite that. Not
Yes.
quite, but not terribly far from. So
Mm-hmm.
perhaps you've written some papers. Maybe you've done some talks, or you've
Mm-hmm.
recorded, as an example, today's Zoom, we're making a recording. That digital format can be all dropped into your what we call a protege.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
a protege allows you to very effectively be you digitally. So let's use some
Mm-hmm.
examples. You've probably been to a small or medium business, and they
Mm-hmm.
have two or three people who know where to find everything, who to ask,
Yes.
what phone?
Yes.
Oh, that. Yeah, no, go to so and so. They're going to get you where you need to go. They're going to retire. They're going to exit the
Absolutely.
company at some point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can now encapsulate their knowledge, and it can
Mm-hmm.
be accessible in an intranet within your
Nice.
firm. It's all
Mm-hmm.
secure. And here's one of the
Mm-hmm.
best parts about expert scale, because this totally blows everybody out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
There's no hallucinations guaranteed. Now, why am I
Mm.
saying that?
Okay.
Because the methodology of how it is actually encapsulated in terms of the formatting
Mm-hmm.
immediately defers to the human expert if the answer
Mm-hmm.
can't be addressed. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard stop. If it doesn't know, it doesn't guess. It goes
Mm-hmm.
to you need to speak to our expert. And yes, we
Mm-hmm.
beat the daylights out of it trying to find a way around. It doesn't hallucinate. So
Nice.
as an internet, you now have the ability to literally have your best people on their
Mm-hmm.
best day every
Mm-hmm.
day digitally available
Absolutely.
to anyone. So think of this.
Absolutely.
You're the CEO. How many times do you get interrupted during a day by somebody going, "Hey,
Yeah.
Deb,
Yeah.
I need," and you know the way our brains work, you have to
Absolutely.
reshuffle, and it's going to
Yes.
take you at least a few minutes to get back on track of where you were.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Why don't you have a protege? They
Mhm.
can ask your protege. Obviously, if
Mhm.
the place is burning down, go get you. But anything else, come on.
Yes.
Ask the question in the digital. If you didn't get an answer, okay, you can escalate. But
Mhm.
realistically, almost all answers can be encapsulated. So,
Mhm.
interactive interviews, constantly adding the information set.
Mhm.
You can drop any of your digital information in. So, it could be
Mhm.
anything from a conversation you've had, which gives
Mhm.
you, again, nuance. How do you interact?
Mhm.
Let's change the use case. What if you're a coach and you want to
Yes.
talk to someone? In this case, you told me that you're a marketing, you've been doing
Mhm.
some marketing. Well, you've developed some expertise
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's unique.
Mhm.
Why aren't you putting that out there as a protege so that
Mhm.
24/7 anyone can get access to Deb who can actually address the question? And if you're not able to, guess what? They're going to you directly. It's a
Absolutely.
great
Mhm.
way to do some really easy, not only marketing, but you can
Mhm.
also generate revenue. So I want you to think
Mhm.
about this.
Absolutely.
It is immediate that all they have to do as your clients, as an example, so you can do it with clients or you can do it publicly. You
Mhm.
can
Mhm.
offer your services, or let's say your clients need you after hours and you're in the
Mhm.
middle of on the beach hanging out with your lady friend and no, wait, I'm not taking this call. Well, guess who did? Deb Digital took the
Mhm.
call.
Mhm.
They got the
Mhm.
answer. They're on track. If it's
Mhm.
really an emergency, they escalate
Mhm. Absolutely.
automatically. But they get
Absolutely.
you. Here's the difference between, again, the agent. They get you, the way you
Mhm.
think. What
Mhm.
is your nature of interaction? You can be
Mhm.
your voice if you like. We have options. So thank you, 11 Labs. You can use your voice,
Yes.
no
Mhm.
problem, or we can give
Mhm.
you someone else's voice depending on what you choose.
Mhm.
From a
Mhm.
public perspective,
Mhm.
all they have to do is get on and get, oh, Deb the marketer. Oh, I need to speak to this guy.
Mhm.
Great. And they can have a conversation, and it is conversational. It
Mhm.
truly gets you. So
Mhm.
I'll stop there, but those are
Oh,
some use cases and
absolutely.
some examples that are just,
Mhm.
why wouldn't you want the guy who's got, or a woman who's got all this knowledge to be
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
available? And if you're in the
Nice.
C class, you don't
Mhm.
want to be getting interrupted
Mhm.
halfway through your day multiple times. That's the
Absolutely.
worst way to get work done
Mhm.
consecutively and consistently.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that is the second software that you are talking about. It's pretty awesome. And like I will definitely check that out because yeah, the thing that you have just told me, that happened to me a lot. People just go inside my schedules, book a call to talk, and it's like then to go back to my schedule, it takes not minutes for me, sometime half an hour.
Sure, sure. And it
So
happens, here's the other reality. It
yeah.
happens to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
The other use case, let me suggest another use
Sure.
case.
Sure. Sure.
You, as a business owner, know
Mm-hmm.
that only certain businesses are really appropriate. We're back to matching.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you taking those calls? So I'm going to give you a good example. One of our first individuals who signed up with us is an attorney. He
Mm-hmm.
does formations of corporations with all the paperwork, particularly a lot of startups, but even the larger scale. He was giving away free time to
Mm-hmm.
qualify his clients because a client obviously could be worth quite a substantial amount, but he was doing that
Absolutely.
individually.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he made a protege that gathers all the details and literally
Mm-hmm.
walks them through and keeps asking until, because you actually tell your protege, I
Mm-hmm.
want these KPIs, I
Mm-hmm.
want these goals to be met before you end the conversation. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
you even want at the end of the conversation to do a call to action or whatever might be the case for your appropriate business.
Absolutely.
Totally there.
Mm-hmm.
And how we
Mm-hmm.
do it with him, you ready? It's
Yeah.
revenue share. He's making money while we're making
Mm-hmm.
money, and on we go. It's that simple. So it's a no-brainer for someone like him to have put
Mm-hmm.
into play. I can't keep answering these phone calls and wasting a half an hour of my time. But he charges 4 digits. So he's not, well, he's an attorney and he's a specialist in the nuance of corporate formation. So he's the guy when your cap table's a mess or five or six other things are going haywire in your corporate doings, you want to
Mm-hmm.
call
Mm-hmm.
Matt and go, help. And now he actually can answer a lot of those questions digitally while
Mm-hmm.
making money. 24 hours, 7 is available now, digitally format.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's outside his scope of knowledge, absolutely refers back to him. So
Nice.
there's a good example of anyone who's got a
Absolutely.
business who's saying, I ask the same questions 'cause I know to be appropriate for my business, you have to have
Uh-huh.
X, Y, and Z.
Yep. Yep.
And if you
Same thing
don't, we're
happens.
not going to help you a lot. And if you do,
Absolutely.
I can't wait to talk with you.
Absolutely. And the another thing, it's like let's remove the clients for a second for your own team as well. Sometimes they don't understand stuff. They just keep asking, interrupting in between, like, okay, we need this, we need that, which has already been provided, to be honest. And they are unable to find it. They just forgot it maybe for some reason or something
Sure.
like that. I think that is another like very good use case to manage teams as well.
Agree.
Right. So, yes, yes.
Absolutely agree. Again, it's really easy to find. It's called
Mm-hmm.
expertscale.ai.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I will do something so that we can all, I'm going to put this in our chat so there's no question.
I got it. Yeah. Expertscale.ai. Incorporated.
So, yeah, long and short of it, it's very straightforward,
Sure.
easy to use. Also, just as an FYI, if you want to experiment with it for free,
Mm-hmm.
seriously,
Mm-hmm.
you can. There's a number of us who are on there as experts called,
Mm-hmm.
it's our expert proteges.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a startup, as an example, and you'd like to have your pitch deck, your pitch coaching rather, evaluated
Mm-hmm.
by a funder, i.e., the real deal, in a nice way with
Mm-hmm.
details and what to do and how to do it better, it's free
Mm-hmm.
for the first use. And you can sit there and keep pitching for literally a couple of times and keep getting better. It's pretty
Nice.
amazing as one example of the people out there. And if you
Mm-hmm.
did want to talk to Matt, you could easily go on his expert and go, hey, I have some corporate paper issues.
Mm-hmm.
How do I
Mm-hmm.
address them? Can you help me?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now I'm understanding why you said in the beginning that match and expert scale is interconnected with each other. Now I'm understanding that thing, basically. Awesome.
Right, right.
Awesome. So the second thing that I want to ask you, Alan, over here is like when you first started, like let's say comparing what founder were like experiencing versus what investor were like looking for. What was the biggest like let's say disconnect you noticed in real terms? Like
Specificity to what they actually do. So let me give you an example.
okay.
They would say something like life sciences.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Well, I don't know. Are you pharma? Are you med tech? Are
mm.
you? And on goes that list. And
Okay.
constantly, what would happen is it would take two or three conversations for them to
Mm-hmm,
go, well, you're not in our thesis. This isn't
mm-hmm,
what we invest in. Thanks for the
mm-hmm,
call. Everyone wasted time. Everyone
mm-hmm,
goes away unhappy.
mm-hmm.
That's not the way it should be. So
Absolutely.
that was one taxonomy
Mm-hmm,
for the
mm-hmm,
depth of the industry. So I want to know
mm-hmm,
I have a pharmaceutical product that specifically treats
mm-hmm,
gastrourinary. Um,
mm-hmm,
I have regulatory, I have a following process already met, et cetera.
mm-hmm.
That's the type of granular data that gets
Mm-hmm.
someone in the investment community going, oh, whoa, we're on the same page. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
Not,
Absolutely.
oh gosh, we got to go see if they actually, and they haven't told. That's been one of the biggest conundrums. The other,
Mm-hmm.
think about this. At least in the United States, we have thousands upon thousands of people who have been fired from their job, be it federally or otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason. And the long
Mm-hmm.
and short of it is, a lot of those people are incredibly on the mark in their
Mm-hmm.
industry, starting
Mm-hmm.
a firm.
Mm-hmm.
Every funder I know is inundated. There is no lack of deal flow. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
problem. The problem is there's too much. And the catch is, how do you quantify the right people at the right place at the right
Mm-hmm.
time? That's where Investor Match fits the need to really go, this is what I invest in. It's very specific.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about clean tech. but it's
Mm-hmm.
almost a middle. It doesn't mean a whole lot because you could be doing solar cells all the way straight through to cleaning the ocean with from plastics
Mm-hmm.
and everything in between. You have to have a good, solid data set with which to really make sense of the who. What are you doing? How are you doing it? Does it make sense from a commercialization perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Mm-hmm.
identify your market? Have you gotten
Mm-hmm.
that feedback? All of those
Mm-hmm.
components are
Mm-hmm.
crucial before somebody writes you a check.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Awesome. 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 Awesome, Anna. So yeah, I think like now I want to talk about a little bit about the market and the like problems a little bit over here so that like we can understand because there is a lot of problems inside that I can see. So you said in your some posts and all like traditional like fundraising wastes founders time, investors time, and a lot of things like what specific I would say insufficiency or like cost that founders the most amount of like opportunity cost, revenue, team focus, what exactly the insufficiencies are there basically.
Well, I think there, maybe I'm going to back up and go even higher level. There's a couple of
Mm-hmm.
things to me that are
Mm-hmm.
essential as an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Are you consistent? Are you
Mm-hmm.
persistent?
Mm-hmm.
Do you maintain flexibility?
Mm-hmm.
And is there fire in your belly? Is there a
Mm-hmm.
reason you're doing this? Not, I want to make $1 billion. That's not a reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. I want
Yes.
to know, hey, my mom had cancer. I want to cure it. I'm not going to let anybody suffer from this ailment. Maybe that's one, as one example. Or, you know what? I've got this great widget because I'm a woodworker and I made this
Mm-hmm.
insanely good piece.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Everyone will benefit. I want to know
Mm-hmm.
what's the drive? What's the underlying?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to have
Mm-hmm.
all those four components at minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you have to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
For entrepreneurship, if you're not
Mm-hmm.
willing to emotionally go on a roller coaster, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good your product is and how established. There's just going to be some days that you're wondering what happened, and other
Mm-hmm.
days you're just going to be elated and on the top of the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's the nature of being an entrepreneur. So again, flexibility. And when I say flexibility, some of us call it
Mm-hmm.
coachability. Can
Absolutely.
you take some input? Are you
Mm-hmm.
going to resist or are you open to, you know what? I need to hear from others. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
great. Those are some of the biggest pieces. Um,
Absolutely.
what I'm seeing now is there's a lot of overlay with AI on existing platforms. And you know what? I'm not convinced. We're
Mm-hmm.
so close to the next gen of really being agentic
Mm-hmm.
and truly, as we started our conversation earlier, a digital double, why wouldn't you want one?
Absolutely.
Just as
Absolutely.
you pointed out, Deb,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need interruptions all day long. That's the
Mm-hmm.
last thing you
Yes.
want.
Yes. Yes.
What happens if, as an example, somebody really needs something, wants to
Mm-hmm.
find something, and you're that key person within your
Mm-hmm.
business?
Mm-hmm.
The last thing I want as a business owner is my C class and upper management being asked dumb questions all day long and
Mm-hmm.
interrupting their flow. I want you to work on the big stuff that works, the
Absolutely.
important
Absolutely.
materials that really harvests
Mm-hmm.
your expertise. That's where you
Mm-hmm.
should put your focus, not
Mm-hmm.
on, hey, where do I find? Oh, good night. But it happens every day.
Every day. Yes.
Every
Yes.
day, everybody experiences this. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, think about we have another woman who's a HR recruiter. What does she ask? Same questions of everyone. What do you do? What's your education? What
Yes.
is the driving force? What's the job you want?
Mm-hmm.
You can
Mm-hmm.
do that without having to be there. Get all the
Mm-hmm.
details. The nice
Mm-hmm.
part with the output from expert scale is that you get
Mm-hmm.
both the summary as well as
Mm-hmm.
all of the components of the conversation. They can
Mm-hmm.
call back, they can keep
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. And the nice part, as an example, for someone like yourself, it keeps
Mm-hmm.
learning. It
Mm-hmm.
keeps learning. It is not a static system, it's ongoing and it incorporates all of the nuance as well as the content to keep
Mm-hmm.
going. Oh, I mean, good example. A lot of people don't even think to do this. And we've had to say, hey, what
Mm-hmm.
about your CV or your resume, throw it in there. All you have to do is hit the download, and all of a sudden,
Yes.
oh, and it incorporates that immediately into when someone asks, well, what's your basis of being an expert? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, here you go. On, done. You didn't have to say a word. It's incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
let's say you wrote a paper on some phenomenal, let's say you're a chemist, some chemistry issue. Drop it
Mm-hmm.
in there. Someone can
Mm-hmm.
actually query that whole data set interactively, verbally, and go, hey, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand how you went from here to here. Could you explain it? Yes. And it's a explanation that would make sense. You can even back up the protege and say, I don't have a chemistry background. Would you expand on that? Mhm. And it'll
Mm-hmm.
bring it down to a layperson level that they don't need to be a chemist. And it'll
Mm-hmm.
keep moving whatever direction to be able to make certain that you have clarity.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, awesome, awesome. That is really great. And whatever you have told over here is like it's a roller coaster, to be honest. When you are an entrepreneur, it's a roller coaster. Like last, just like this is a personal thing like that I'm like sharing with you. It's like the last quarter of 2025 was our company's like lowest. Just because of few like personal stuff, my mom's health and all those things went down, and like that was the lowest part that I have seen from last 7 years. So that is another thing over there. So yeah, it's just you just need to bounce back, uh, just be more like disciplined, have that courage to jump back again. So that is the thing. Awesome. So like Alan, I have another question for you. Is like
Sure.
for your perspective, like uh why do like most AI investor matching platforms still like fall short? Like, and what makes match AI, that data driven matching fundamental, basically different over there?
They ask the wrong questions. They're not deep enough. They
Mm-hmm.
ask for money from the wrong party, or
Okay.
they're really truly just trying to sell themselves some other subset, be it
Mm-hmm.
go-to-market strategy, be it
Mm-hmm.
they're going to help you with your pitch deck, be it all
Mm-hmm.
those things. Um, that's I don't know that that's what's really the most effective and efficient for most of
Mm-hmm.
the people. And that's why there's plenty of competition, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not seeing the traction and the get-go with most of these. I'd say
Absolutely.
that's the major focus of where things
Mm-hmm.
go awry.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Got you. Awesome. And like let's talk about a little bit like whatever the technology that you guys have put behind the InvestorMatch.ai, right? So like your platform analyze hundreds of criterias of matching, right? And basically beyond like surface level filters like stages or the industry, what kind of like deeper data points actually drive your best matches
Great. So
basically?
let's say, as an example, you're the marketer, but you
Mm-hmm.
market exclusively in some industry. You
Mm-hmm.
market exclusively to those who have X amount of dollars, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We start
Mm-hmm.
down that whole road. So you can get
Mm-hmm.
granular in that the match, you're going to know who they are right up front. They're going to
Mhm,
basically absolutely match with, I mean, not 100% necessarily, but really close enough to be hopefully
mhm,
your ideal client. So you're
mhm,
identifying your ICP right
mhm,
from the get-go of the data before
mhm,
even moving forward. And again,
mhm,
it's granular. It's not the peripheral. I'm in X industry and I only need 500,000 or whatever the number. No, 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 that doesn't help anyone. And
mhm,
that's
mhm,
still where a lot of folks fall down is they're saying, well, I don't want to ask too many questions. So let me
mhm,
push back big time.
mhm,
I don't know any of my colleagues, and I know a lot of people. I don't
mhm,
know any of my colleagues who'll write you a check without all the details.
mhm, mhm,
So you're right. It is time consuming, admittedly. I'm not going to deny that. However, realistically, that's what it takes. And if you
mhm,
make the first connection that gets you to the second, third, and fourth and moving forward without the
mhm,
no's, it's worth
mhm,
every bit of that time investment
mhm,
versus, yeah, I just had 5 questions asked of me. I think we're on the same page. And then getting a no 3 hours worth of conversations back and forth later. It's
mhm,
easily worth the investment.
mhm. Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. So like let's say like this, I have a follow-up question on that basically. So let's say as we are a like marketing consultant type of thing, and let's say we are working with you and helping you to get maybe more like, let's say, clients. So I will ask you that, Alan, like how you are, like how the quality of the people that we are bringing from the marketing that we are doing for you. So we are asking over there, maybe we have a Google sheet or something like that, but like how you guys measure the match quality of people over there. What is the KPIs that your software have, and how you guys understand that thing over there?
Good question. So as a funder, you
Mm-hmm.
tell us what are your prioritization, and it's a weighted index. So many funders, it's team. Some
Mm-hmm.
it's traction. Others, it could be
Mm-hmm.
go-to-market strategy. So depending
Mm-hmm.
on your weighting of those parameters, you
Mm-hmm.
will get a composite score set, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's
Mm-hmm.
80% or more, oh my goodness, pick the phone up and move fast. This is a good
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. If it's
Mm-hmm.
less, probably best to just send them a nice email saying, "Hey, thanks, but we're not a match." Okay, all good.
Okay.
No
Mm-hmm.
one is going to take offense, and more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, you saved everyone time, and you can do that. That's a doable way to approach the, well, how do
Mm-hmm.
we make this efficient and effective?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. So like in both the software and like with expert scale AI and with match AI, like, right? Uh, AI sometime, if it is not programmed well, it can be a like double-edged sword sometime, right? And
Mhm.
have you like how do you balance that, like algorithmic and the recommendation with the human judgment?
Okay,
Uh,
so as I was saying earlier with expert scale, we
mm-hmm,
started off understanding that hallucination and going off the deep end is the
mm-hmm,
absolute last thing that anyone wants to encounter. That's just
mm-hmm,
totally nullifies the beauty of
mm-hmm,
AI. It kills it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So ours is programmatically
mm-hmm.
absolutely steadfast in that it will
Mm-hmm.
always defer. On Investor Match, you're going to get close. As to
Mm-hmm.
100%, not generally. It's 90 something is the high end.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have every parameter. They may
Mm-hmm.
say, we only want a corporation in Delaware. We're not going to accept Nevada or North Dakota or Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, people do that. We just had an experience like that. But on the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, everything else met perfectly. Right
Mm-hmm.
thesis of their basis, right amount, right people, right team, traction, go to more. So you're going to see some variation. But again, as I said earlier with Investor Match, it's all about get really close. It doesn't have to be, and nor will it be 100%.
Absolutely.
But when you're
Absolutely.
looking at something that's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
the lights are on,
Mm-hmm.
call these folks today, you're not going to make a
Mm-hmm.
mistake by putting some time and effort in. And you've already eliminated all that time suck from the ones that you probably were going to have two conversations and go, I'm so
Mm-hmm.
sorry. No. And they walk away upset. You walk away upset. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. Stop that. Just send a
Mm-hmm.
nice email saying, hey, we're not on the same page. All good.
Absolutely.
And that really sets the stage for talk to those that meet your need,
Mm-hmm.
that are in the
Mm-hmm.
same place, that you know you can
Mm-hmm.
be of assistance both directions.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome, man. So now I think like I understood the technology behind the whole thing. Very, very impressed with the expertscale.ai. Did, to be very honest with you, did a good thorough research on Investor Match, but like over there, because like I saw your LinkedIn, go through your posts and all those things, did a very research. When you are talking about expert scale, I think I will definitely like take a free trial or something like that after this podcast. So that is the
You
first thing.
absolutely can. In fact, you can
Absolutely.
play. I encourage anyone who's listening to this, go do our demo, go play with
Mm-hmm.
this. You can get the
Mm-hmm.
first session free with
Mm-hmm.
any of the experts. So
Mm-hmm.
don't hesitate. Go play.
Absolutely.
I would be
Absolutely.
happy to give you some access because
Absolutely.
realistically, what we found, most
Mm-hmm.
people who start, all I
Yeah.
get is a big smile going, darn, I wish I had had this all this time. This is amazing. And it's so it's
Absolutely.
you don't have to sit and sell anyone because they're telling
Mm-hmm.
you, I have this special need. Can I apply it? We have
Mm-hmm.
come up with so many people come to our attention who said, what about if I did X? Oh, no
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we've been able to really accomplish this. So whether you're a small or medium business, or
Mhm.
you're a coach, or
Mhm.
you're doing some other format where you need some a digital double so that you're not interrupted, it
Sure.
meets that
Sure.
need because the
Mhm.
platform is based on that premise. And yes,
Absolutely.
we're happy to give folks some free access so they really can experience
Mhm.
it because that truly is what sells it. Use it
Absolutely.
and you'll go, I can't live without it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like that your life will become easy. That is the thing over there. So awesome. Like I was doing some research on your like blog as well about you talked about some like cap tables over there and like what are the most like common mistakes founders make that instantly like downgrade their attractiveness to the investors? Like what are the mistakes? Like I
Oh,
might
there's a long
also
list. There's a long list, Deb. Come on.
you give
Um,
give top three. You give top three. I need those golden
send
nuggets.
me a 10-page email. Oh my goodness. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
Okay.
What are the class? I mean, there's some classics. Tell me there's no competitors. Tell me you're going to make $1 billion in the next 6 months. Oh my God, the list goes on. It's pretty funny. Sorry, there's no lack. On the other
Mm-hmm.
side of the coin, a good investor, a good startup circumstance is
Mm-hmm.
tell me why. Tell me the
Mm-hmm.
story. Tell me the
Mm-hmm.
story and give me enough detail that I know what the
Mm-hmm.
heck you're talking about. I'll give you a
Mm-hmm.
good example. If you can't
Mm-hmm.
describe your company in 2 sentences, 1 or 2 sentences, go home. I don't want to hear about it. Well, seriously, it tells me you didn't really distill what's the essence. You're still futzing
Mm-hmm.
and putzing. I don't want to hear futz
Mm-hmm.
and putz. I want to go, what are you doing? Why are you looking for investment potential? How is it
Mm-hmm.
scalable? What is it that makes you different? How come?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to enunciate that very effectively. I mean, a good example was where we started our conversation on expert scale, where I said it's tacit knowledge utilization, not
Mm-hmm.
a bot, not an agent, not an
Mm-hmm.
LLM.
Mm-hmm.
It's agentic. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
it thinks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge differentiating piece, and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
hallucinate. Now, if you
Absolutely.
told me that, I personally would get excited, not only because I'm involved, but
Mm-hmm.
you can understand what I said. It's not,
Yep.
huh?
Yep.
Who, what? Where?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
somehow we always, and I think this is really a difficult piece for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
with exception.
Mm-hmm.
How do you distill what you do, why you, how, all those components into a sentence or
Mm-hmm.
two?
Mm-hmm.
But it's doable. It is truly a great exercise for any startup because you really
Mm-hmm.
have to get to that point. Think about the average funder is hearing up to 1,000 hits per month.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
remember anything but the most notable that made an
Absolutely.
impact that you went,
Absolutely.
that's cool. I got to call these
Mm-hmm.
folks, as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to the drone.
Mm-hmm.
The drone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just got off. My Mondays are generally in a group where we hear life sciences. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
groups today, I mean, they have a solution, but they didn't get it. They missed the
Mm-hmm.
market didn't make sense in the sense that they didn't recognize that adding
Mm-hmm.
another piece of gear in a medical office on top of what
Mm-hmm.
they already have, as opposed to integration,
Mm-hmm.
is just too clumsy. It's not going to get into the
Mm-hmm.
market. And they didn't hear that. They didn't get that part. They may have something
Absolutely.
really unique. It was fascinating and definitely
Mm-hmm.
needed, but to have another piece of gear in an office that gets used only X number of times.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good example. So you have to think through how can I take what I have and really make it scalable in a
Mm-hmm.
format that, yeah, I can't live without it. This is not.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the key. There's another key set of words. Are you disruptive or are you incremental? If you're incremental, I'll tell you right up front, not everyone, but many funders are
Mm-hmm.
probably going to say, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. If you're disruptive,
Mm-hmm.
oh, wait a second. Now, there's always a downside to disruptive. Is it going to be
Absolutely.
acceptable to everyone, or is it
Absolutely.
so, oh my goodness? I mean, I'll give you a good example. Digital doubles. We have
Mm-hmm.
people in different age brackets, and I've noticed
Mm-hmm.
this demographically, that
Mm-hmm.
react adversely and go, "Oh, you want to empty my brain? I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be useful.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get fired." Well, wait, wait,
Mm-hmm.
wait, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold the phone. You
Mm-hmm.
immediately saw the advantage. You don't get
Mm-hmm.
interrupted every gosh darn.
Yes.
And
Yes.
on the same
Yes.
point, it's using your expertise at another level. And you can even make money with that expertise
Mm-hmm.
digitally.
Mm-hmm.
So you've
Mm-hmm.
got multiple sources of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone will see that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
think about the current generation is completely digital. They've never seen a
Mm-hmm.
rotary phone. They wouldn't know what one looks
Mm-hmm.
like. Even a push button phone would be, huh? What's that?
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
well, that's the nature of the beast. And,
Absolutely.
I still remember putting nickels and dimes into a payphone. Well,
Uh-huh.
who has a
Uh-huh.
payphone? Everybody has a digital phone in their pocket, at least 92% of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's about adaptation, flexibility, and recognizing we are,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of who you are, you can probably
Mm-hmm.
benefit from
Mm-hmm.
having a potential to really have an interactivity with a digital double. Uh,
Absolutely.
I'm even thinking, although this will be way off the beaten path, no, we're not going there necessarily with expert scale. As a parent, do you want your kids to have your availability? You're in a high pressure meeting, you're in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
a negotiation. What's the last
Mm-hmm.
thing you need? An interruption. But you don't want to
Yeah.
put your poor youngster out. Well, anyway, so there's lots of applications that we've never even thought of. That just popped into my head as we were talking about
Uh-huh.
interruptions.
Uh-huh.
But you could see how you could just modulate this and go, I want to do my best work. I need to
Mm-hmm.
focus because that's what
Mm-hmm.
it takes. And now
Mm-hmm.
I can really do that efficiently and
Mm-hmm.
effectively every day. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Absolutely.
And when you're on vacation,
Absolutely.
you're not really on vacation because they can get access to the necessary. Hey, Deb,
Yes.
what do I do with
Yes.
so and so? Well, this is what
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
do. Okay, all good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Like the more you're talking about expert scale, I'm just more being interested in that. Let's see what I can do over there. Like another
Well,
thing.
happy at the end of this conversation, I will send you another email with all the details. But for anyone
Sure,
who's
sure.
listening, just go to expertscale.ai.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to give you some opportunity to experiment. If you're in small
Absolutely.
or medium business, we've got an incredible product called Sentinel for you. If
Mm-hmm.
you're a coach of any sort, whether you're doing coaching or what have you, don't hesitate. There's an easy way for you to make money. We make money at the same time, so it's a nice
Absolutely.
win-win. And
Absolutely.
on the other side of the coin, if there's another application that you're seeing, such as you're asking the same intake questions every darn
Mm-hmm.
day, why are you answering the phone? Why aren't you working at the higher level of doing things that really,
Absolutely.
truly move your
Absolutely.
firm forward?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, I will definitely take a special link from Alan over here, put it below to this video. Go there, check it out. And like we will definitely like I will personally, I don't know about you guys, I will personally check that out. And if you guys are not checking out, it's I would say it's a loss for you guys. Okay. Definitely check it out. Do the free trial, check things out, then you decide what you want to do. Okay.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, Alan, another thing, like let's go to the founder's perspective over here a little bit. Okay. Like, what was the feedback, the actual feedback they have given before and after they have used the Investor Match AI? Like, what
Well, the
what was the?
feedback could be two or three ways.
Mm-hmm.
If you're new to the industry, oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to ask me all these questions?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's been a classic. That's a kind of fun one. And my
Uh-huh.
response, sorry, I'm going to be rather blunt, is
Mm-hmm.
if you really want some money, fill in the
Mm-hmm.
questions. Come on, guys. I've made it easy. You just upload your pitch deck and it already
Mm-hmm.
pre-populates a lot of the info. So you don't even have to work as hard. We're giving you
Mm-hmm.
free access to direct competitors. We're
Mm-hmm.
giving you an opportunity to do pitch coaching for free. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
you can do this. The other is, well, maybe I should change gears. The opposite of that is, almost everyone who's at seed to series
Mhm.
flies
Mhm.
through this because they already
Mhm.
know, this is the basis of
Mhm.
how somebody is going to determine, am I fundable? Am I the right people, et cetera. So it's very
Mhm.
straightforward. So that's been probably one of the more interesting. Oh, you don't want to fill the
Mhm.
whole form in? Okay, well,
Mhm.
again, we talk about data sets. Quality
Mhm.
data gives you
Mhm.
quality potential. Garbage in, garbage
Mhm.
out. We
Absolutely.
really can't do good matching parameters
Mhm.
without having the data set be replete and as consistent as possible. The nice part, you can always go back in and modify. You're going to
Mhm.
be changing. You're maybe going to a second funding experience, a third,
Mhm.
whatever. Always there and available.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. So, a few last golden nuggets that I will need from you is like, let's say, if you had to give founders one piece of advice to improve their fundraising like outcome today, regardless of what tools they use, what would that be and why, basically?
Be authentic. Just
Mm-hmm.
tell me, don't make up stuff. Just tell me why. Tell me who. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get
Mm-hmm.
to know you and know
Mm-hmm.
your story and understand the basis. Just be
Mm-hmm.
authentic.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to follow what everybody else did. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care if you go off the script a bit. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I still want to know what's the problem, what's the solution, who's your team. I want to know that stuff, but give me the meat of the matter. Tell me about you. What's going
Mm-hmm.
on here? And again, I
Mm-hmm.
think the easiest way to put this is authenticity. Show
Mm-hmm.
me you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because I understood one thing after working this long. Uh, People, most of the time, people don't invest on any tool, they invest on people. That is the most important thing.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter how good the tool is. If the person is not good, the vibe is not good, the authenticity is not there, obviously there's a very low chance that they will get funding or anything like that. Uh,
agree.
yeah, and like how, like, let's say, how do you think founders should balance speed versus quality, like when evaluating the investor match over there?
Well, AI is all about speed. If there's
Yes.
something that, uh, in the old days, 5 years
Mm-hmm.
ago or
Mm-hmm.
less,
Mm-hmm.
you could afford to get your whole market in gear, have lots and
Mm-hmm.
lots and lots of traction, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have that luxury anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much change at such a velocity that
Mm-hmm.
in order to really be effective
Mm-hmm.
and fundable, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
moving your butt full speed ahead. I want to see full speed. And I don't mean a little feature here, a little feature there. I mean something that is really going to move the needle, something that is
Mm-hmm.
utilized by your
Mm-hmm.
clientele,
Absolutely.
very, very focused, and gives value immediately to the utilization
Mm-hmm.
potential of your platform or your product.
Awesome. 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 So one last question, Alan, I have is basically just just for our audience over here is like, what is your goal with the expert scale AI and investor match AI? Where we are at, how many, let's say you don't have to give me any exact number over here or our viewers, like how many people are exactly using, how many founders and investors are using match AI, and how many people are using expert scale AI, and like what is the goal we are looking at? How many people we want to
So the
have?
goal for Investor Match is to
Mm-hmm.
continue to find the right people at the right place at the right time for everyone, whether
Mm-hmm.
you're a vendor, whether you're a
Mm-hmm.
funder, or whether you're a
Mm-hmm.
founder.
Mm-hmm.
We're in many thousands. On the other side of the coin, we're approaching six figures for funders, and it keeps
Mm-hmm.
growing. As an
Mm-hmm.
example, in terms of Investor Match, we're new. We're really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really new, but we move
Mm-hmm.
fast. We are efficient,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say that our CTO/CEO is
Mm-hmm.
really amazing when it comes to the technology. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, it's really a delight to work in an environment where it gets moved today, not tomorrow, today.
Nice.
Things happen. And more
Absolutely.
importantly, it's a lot of fun. Playing with,
Mm-hmm.
truly, when you play with expert scale, you just laugh. I mean, you laugh at yourself sometimes going, Darn, that's exactly how I would say that. Oh my
Yeah,
good. I mean, it
yeah.
just gives you that goosebumps of
Mm-hmm.
who is that? Oh, that's
You, yes,
me.
yes, yes, yes.
It's that. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, again,
Absolutely.
experiencing it even once, you'll get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying immediately
Mm-hmm.
going, oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's what Alan was saying. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the deal. So we're working forward. We have literally 20 plus, I just was looking, we have 20 plus new experts who are in the process of putting up their
Mm-hmm.
proteges. We have a
Mm-hmm.
couple of new small and medium businesses that are now experimenting with their key personnel going, hey,
Mm-hmm.
you're right. These guys are getting old, or women are getting
Mm-hmm.
older, and they're going to either retire or what have you. We're going to be up a creek if they walk out the door because that institutional
Mm-hmm.
knowledge leaves with
Absolutely.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Mm-hmm.
now we can actually build on it over the long term and not be stuck with what do we
Mm-hmm.
do? I'm going to throw one wild crazy
Sure,
because you asked
sure,
about
sure,
funders.
sure, sure.
Almost all the funding organizations that I'm a member of and others that I speak with have multiple members. What
Mm-hmm.
if you had digital doubles of all of them in the room
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
evaluating the next startup? Well,
Mm-hmm.
now you can
Mm-hmm.
do that. You can
Mm-hmm.
actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the a massive amount of brain power you
Mm-hmm.
bring to a room when you start
Absolutely.
adding proteges because I'm not a regulatory person. I have a
Mm-hmm.
clue and I can speak the language, but I'm not that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
Mm-hmm.
two or three people who are amazing. That's all they do, and they're really good
Absolutely.
at it. You bring
Absolutely.
that sort of expertise into the same room,
Mm-hmm.
you've amplified the expertise
Mm-hmm.
logarithmically. It's amazing. That can now be
Mm-hmm.
done.
Mm-hmm.
So on
Awesome.
that note, you get to play with expertscale.ai. Go
Mm-hmm.
kick the tires. I'll send you some more
Absolutely.
links and what have you. And
Absolutely.
if you're a founder, it doesn't cost you anything but some time and you'll learn something. The whole process is educational. Anything you don't understand is explained.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Take the advantage. Go for it.
Awesome. 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 Awesome, Alan. So definitely the first thing that I will do is like I will be logging into the expertscale.ai. Investor Match AI will take some time. I'm still not there, that is for sure. Uh,
No
and,
worries. No worries. We're
and
not going anywhere.
absolutely, absolutely. And one thing that I'm also thinking that we currently have 150 plus clients over here. I will definitely introduce either of those softwares,
Right.
whoever is there. Basically, expert scale is something that most of the people need. Investor.match, we have some very big clients over there. They might need as an investor over there. So that is the thing. Awesome, guys. So this is Alan from expertscale.ai and InvestorMatch.ai. I will attach all the links below. If you guys are not checking out, it will be your loss over there. I'm telling you. The way the expertscale.ai work. When Alan was talking, I was checking the website as well. You guys might not seeing here in the screen, but I was checking the website. The things that expert scale AI is doing, it will be insane, and obviously nobody will interrupt you. That is the main thing over there. Okay, so awesome, guys. Thank you so much, Alan, to like sharing us with all the
Absolutely.
insights about the AI and the technology behind how you guys have built that, and also some insights about how founders can get more like money out of investors, right? So as clear as that, right? Awesome. So thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And if you guys are still here, definitely check the links below. Okay.